Hello Year 6 and welcome to the fourth lesson of our remote learning for reading this week. So we're going to look at making inferences and predictions based on evidence. Those of you that did this work last time we were on lockdown will recognise it and see something very similar. It's not the same. I've got a couple of things that we're going to add to it. I want you to be able to explain what a prediction is. I want you to be able to make inferences based on evidence. I want you to be able to use evidence to make reasonable predictions. So a prediction is what you think might happen, either what might happen next, or also what do you think has happened to get to the stage we're at now. So we talk about reasonable predictions. A reasonable prediction is anything that you think has the potential to be true. If you saw a shop window smashed and a lot of damage inside the shop, it would probably be reasonable to suggest that somebody has maybe broken in and tried to rob the shop. By looking at the shop and saying, I think a hurricane's come through the town, if there's no other damage around the street, that would not be a reasonable prediction. So we have a new picture this time. It is a picture from the same author, Anthony Brown. I want you to look really, really carefully at this picture. We have our central character, this girl in red. But there's lots of other things going on in this picture. There's lots of things in the background. Look carefully at the trees. If you want to pause the video and have a look at it in colour, that's absolutely fine. In the background, what shapes can we see behind the trees? What's going on? Okay? So when we ask what can we see, as much detail as possible. And this is where the background plays a big role. It asks you what might you smell or hear if you stepped into the picture. Well, you might hear the girl's footsteps, but you might also hear something else, something that's happening in the background. You might smell something else. And this is where I want you to be using your imagination. Imagine you're in this picture with her. Imagine you are in this scene. What is going on? If you could ask the girl a question, what would it be? She's alone, and it doesn't look like the most pleasant of places. So why is that happening? Why is she here? To make your prediction, how has she ended up in this scene? How has she ended up where she is? What has taken place beforehand that's led to her being alone in the forest in this scene? Why has it happened? This is where our reasonable prediction comes in. Look at the clues. Think about stories that you already know from being younger. That might help you answer this question. Now again, this picture is from a story that actually links to another story you might know. I want you to think carefully. You should be able to work out what that story is. So, the infer, wonder, observe, and predict sheet is what I'd like you to fill out today. The boxes do have information to help you, but I'm going to have a quick look at it with you now. So here we have the sheet that I want you to complete today. In the observe section, it says look at the picture, write about what you can see. I want as much information as possible. I want it to be detailed. I want you to be picking that picture apart really, really carefully. In the observe section, which is here, give me detail. Plenty of detail. In the infer section, who do you think the girl is? Tell me anything you think you know about her. Tell me about other stories you might know. Use clues from the background. Why is she alone? Where should she be? In the wonder, think about what might have happened before. Why is she here? What's going to happen next? What's going on around her? And in the prediction section, based on the information you have, what do you think will happen? Give me lots of detail. Give me a really thoughtful piece of work that tells me you've looked at this picture, you've thought about it, you've used your knowledge of other books. That's going to help you answer this. Good luck and upload your work to Seesaw.